before I begin, I want everyone to know that I'm actually looking to sell a ring. So if anyone has, I'm just kidding. Anyhow, as the voice of God mentioned, my name is Rob Catlin. I'm the Senior Vice President and General Manager of Endo Aesthetics. I joined the company about 5 years ago, and when I began, we set out to do three things. One was to create an aesthetics company. Endo was formed in the late 1990s and has a wonderful legacy in the areas of urology, orthopedics, and the critical care settings of hospitals. But we had never launched an aesthetic product, so it took a lot of time to put together a commercial strategy, build the sales and marketing team, and all the cross-functional infrastructure to support a launch. And I'm happy that we've done that and completed that. And I'm not the bragging person, but I think we have some of the best people in the space, and they're here, and I'm very proud of that. The second thing we wanted to do was to create a category. As you'll find out, cellulite is ubiquitous amongst women. So the literature suggests up to 90% of women have it. But so far, nothing has really broken through, and we think there's a huge opportunity. But education is the key, and I'll get into that a few minutes ago. And we're well on our way to creating this category, and I'm very excited for Ravel and for Soliton to be joining, because I think there's a huge opportunity for all of us to create value for our plastic surgeons and their patients. And the final thing we wanted to do was create a product. I joined the company prior to us kicking off our phase 3 clinical trial. And in our clinical development program, we spent tens of millions of dollars. We conducted the world's largest cellulite trial of 843 patients, and we've treated many, many more. And I'm so excited. We were actually approved in July of 2020. Not great timing, but we launched exactly 1 year ago, and we're celebrating our 1-year anniversary. As I mentioned before, cellulite is very ubiquitous, and you might look in the literature, and depending on what you find out, cellulite affects about 90% of women, regardless of age, race, or body weight. And we believe there are about 8.5 million women who are candidates for QWO. Now you might say, Rob, that's a heck of a delta between 90% of women and 8.5 million women. And we believe when you look at it, it's really around the ideal age, women who have the disposable income to afford a procedure, also women who are bothered by cellulite, and more importantly, are willing to go to an aesthetic practice to do something about it. The great thing about this is we believe about 49% of those women are already in practice. And so that's a wonderful opportunity. If 49% are in your practice, about 51% are not. And we look forward to hopefully driving those appropriate patients into your offices. In 2020, there was a Harris poll conducted online between women between 18 and 59. And it was approximately over 2,000 women. And there's some very interesting stats I'll go through. But about 50% of women were bothered by cellulite a lot. And 60% of women thought that cellulite was their fault. So there's clearly a lot of opportunity for education here. And this is a really, really important stat I want to point out, both of these. And whether you're Endo, whether you're Ravel, whether you're another company looking to get into cellulite, in this survey, 77% of women wanted their physician to tell them more about treatment options that target the root causes of cellulite. And 89% of women wanted to talk about their cellulite with a physician. We have to unlock this opportunity. It's very easy if a patient comes in to have a neuromodulator, to have that discussion about wrinkles and folds. But so far, it's very difficult for someone to bring up, well, tell me about your cellulite. And so that's a huge opportunity for us all to bring up. So let me tell you about QWO. As I mentioned, we are celebrating our 1-year anniversary this month, and we're very excited. We're the first and only FDA-approved option for cellulite. We're very, very proud of that. And over the past year, we've had tremendous success with our direct-to-consumer activation. We've had over 7.5 billion media impressions, 36 national broadcast placements, and interestingly enough, we've had 40,000 women visit our Find a Specialist, so we think there's a huge amount of opportunity here. So you might be asking, well, Rob, how does QWO work? Well, first let me talk to you about the etiology of cellulite. And this information comes from a fantastic paper that was published by Sebastian Califono and others in PRS in 2019. And they found that there's 3 key physical traits of cellulite. One, as Carol mentioned, the fibrosepti. In women with cellulite, where they have cellulite, the fibrosepti tends to be thicker and more rigid, pulling down. Secondly, you have these fat lobules. And these fat lobules are in a compartment and even look larger and longer in histopathology. And finally, over the cellulite lesion, you actually have some dermal thinning. So those 3 are the physical causes of cellulite. So Quo is believed to work in 3 ways, and we call it enzymatic subcision and remodeling. So once injected, it enzymatically lyses those fibrocepti. Secondly, because those fibrocepti are no longer there, it allows the fat globules to reorganize and to redistribute in a uniform way. And because of all these things that are happening, you're seeing a lot of neocollagenesis. And what we're seeing is you actually see some thickening of the dermis. So it's a very, very exciting technology. I'd like to show you a few results. This patient right here, Fitzpatrick type 2, normal BMI, and age of 52, quite a substantial result. Quo is done in 3 treatments, to be very clear, and at day 1, day 22, and day 42. And this is 30 days after that 3rd treatment. I love this photo. This is actually a real-world patient. It was done in white leggings. I think we always often show women in underwear, and it's just, but this is a very obviously casual outfit. This is my wife's favorite uniform. But these are white leggings. And you can see, based on the white leggings, the topography of the cellulite in the before photo. And the after photo at day 71, clearly it looks like a more smoother effect. And so we're very, very proud of this. And this has resonated with not only physicians, but also with consumers. Like any drug may have adverse events, Quo is not different. And it's really important to go over these. In 84% of our subjects in our phase 3 trials, they had bruising. And this isn't like bruising like a little bruising. This is very profound. It's impressive. It's an aubergine type of bruising. We saw injection site pain, nodule, pruritus, erythema, and discoloration rates of about 8%. What's important is that generally these adverse events subsided within 21 days. And at days in the 6-month time frame, there was no safety issues. But with Quo, I think it's important to do a couple things. One is patient selection is critical. But 2, setting the patient expectations in terms of, yes, this product is going to bruise. And if you're concerned with that, now is not the right time. And there may be a potential for some discoloration. So it's really important that our plastic surgeons and dermatologists, injectors have this conversation up front. I'm very excited, and I'm going to get the heave-ho in a few minutes, but we just kicked off our first direct-to-consumer campaign in March. It is a digital and social program. It's online videos, and you'll be seeing some OTT TV in the future. There's always important safety information whenever you have a pharmaceutical product. I would encourage you all to come out and see the package insert. I do get a lot of questions. Well, can I use Quo and duplicate contracture? And clearly in the package insert, it's not. Doesn't treat that. We have another product that treats that. And that's it. Thank you very much.